Mark and I met in college. He was the charming guy who swept me off my feet with surprise picnics and handwritten notes. We got married young, built a life together. He's always been my rock. Or so I thought. Last week, I was feeling extra nauseous from the pregnancy. I'm 4 months along, so I came home early from work. Mark's car was in the driveway, which was weird because he said he'd be at the office late. I walked in quietly, thinking I'd surprise him, but the surprise was on me. I heard giggling from upstairs, feminine giggling. My heart dropped. I crept up the stairs, phone in hand, ready to record if needed. The bedroom door was cracked open. There he was, my husband, tangled in the sheets with my own sister Emily, 26F, my baby sister, who I protected my whole life. They didn't even notice me at first. I stood there frozen, watching as they whispered sweet nothings like it was some romantic movie. When I finally screamed, they jumped apart. Mark's face went white as a ghost. Emily started crying, saying it was a mistake. A mistake? How long has this been going on? Turns out months. They confessed it started at our family reunion last summer. Emily was going through a breakup, and Mark comforted her. One thing led to another, and now they're in love. With my husband, I'm pregnant with his child. How could he do this? Emily's always been the wild one, but I never thought she'd stoop this low. My parents are going to be heartbroken. They adore Mark. I've kicked him out, but he's blowing up my phone begging for forgiveness. Emily's ghosted me. I feel so alone. Reddit, am I overreacting? Should I try counseling? Or is this the end? Hi everyone. Thanks for the overwhelming support on my original post. It gave me the strength to face my family. Yesterday, I invited my parents over for dinner, planning to break the news gently. Mark kept texting, swearing it was a one-time thing, and that Emily seduced him. Liar. I found texts on his old phone proving it's been ongoing. When my parents arrived, I sat them down and spilled everything. Mom burst into tears. Dad looked furious at me. He said, Sarah, you can't just accuse your sister like that. Emily's been through so much. What? Turns out Emily had already beaten me to it. She called him sobbing, claiming I was the one cheating and that Mark and I were fighting because of my hormones. She said the bedroom scene was a misunderstanding. She was just comforting Mark after I yelled at him. I showed them the photos I snapped. Yes, I did that in my shock. Dad went pale. But Mom? She defended Emily. She's your sister. Blood is thicker than water. Maybe you two can work it out. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Then Mark showed up uninvited, pounding on the door. He barged in, got on his knees, and begged for another chance. For the baby's sake, he said. The cherry on top? During the chaos, Emily texted me. Sorry, sis, but he loves me more. You'll get over it. I blocked her. My parents left in a huff, saying I need to calm down. Now I'm crashing at a friend's place, terrified and alone. Is my family really choosing them over me? What if they try to turn this against me in court? Help. Update 2. Reddit. You were right. I lawyered up immediately after the last update. My attorney advised me to freeze our accounts and gather evidence. So, I hired a private investigator, PI, on a whim. Best decision ever? Or worst? You decide. The PI tailed Mark for a few days. Turns out he's not just cheating with Emily. He's got a whole secret apartment downtown, paid for with money siphoned from our joint savings. Over $50,000 gone. And who's living there with him half the time? Not just Emily, there's another woman, some coworker named Lisa, 29F, who he met at a conference. Photos show them all cozy. But get this, Emily knows about Lisa. The PI overheard them arguing about sharing Mark. It's like a twisted love triangle or quadrangle. But the real bombshell? Digging into our finances, I found out Mark's been gambling online. He's in debt up to his eyeballs, over $100,000 to shady loan sharks. That's why he drained our accounts. Emily's been helping him hide it, even co-signing some loans under her name. My sister, who I bailed out of jail once for shoplifting, is now knee-deep in his criminal mess. The PI thinks there might be fraud involved, forged signatures on documents with my name. I'm shaking as I type this. My lawyer says we have grounds for annulment or a quick divorce, plus pressing charges. But what about the baby? Mark's threatening to fight for custody if I ruin his life. Emily called from a burner phone, hysterical, begging me not to tell the police because we're family. Family? She destroyed mine. I'm staying with my best friend now, who've been my lifeline. But I can't sleep. Every noise makes me jump, thinking it's Mark or those loan sharks. What if they're dangerous? Advice needed urgently. Update 3. Okay, Reddit, strap in because this update is wild. After the last post, things escalated quickly. My PI uncovered more. Mark wasn't just gambling. He was embezzling from his job. Small amounts at first, but it snowballed. Emily was in on it too. She works as a receptionist at the same company and helped cover his tracks. They were planning to run away together with the stolen money, leaving me and the baby high and dry. Lisa? She's actually Mark's ex from college, rekindled during his business trips. The three of them had some sick pact to split the cash. I couldn't take it anymore. I went to the police with everything, bank statements, PI reports, even recorded voicemails from Mark threatening me if I didn't forgive and forget. The cops raided his secret apartment that night. Mark was arrested on the spot for embezzlement and fraud. Emily was there too, half-dressed, and got hauled in for aiding and abetting. Lisa fled, but they caught her at the airport trying to board a flight to Mexico with a suitcase of cash. The family fallout? Explosive. My parents showed up at my friend's house the next day after seeing the news. Mom was in hysterics, admitting she'd always favored Emily because she was the baby and had issues. But now, Dad confessed something huge. Emily isn't my full sister. Turns out, Mom had an affair years ago, and Emily's bio dad is some guy from work. They've hidden it all this time, which explains why they always protected her so fiercely. Dad said he stayed for us kids, but now he's filing for divorce too. Mind blown. Mark's in jail awaiting trial, begging for bail from anyone who'll listen. Emily's out on bond, but under house arrest at my parents'. Ironic, huh? She sent apology letters, claiming Mark manipulated her. Yeah, right. I've gone no contact with everyone except Dad, who's stepping up big time, offering to help with the baby. Oh, and the twist from my past? While sorting through old boxes at home, I found letters from college. Mark wasn't who he said he was. He changed his name to escape a previous marriage. He was already divorced once for, you guessed it, cheating and debt. How did I miss this? The PI confirmed it. My lawyer says this strengthens my case for full custody and alimony. I'm finally starting therapy, focusing on the baby. Kicks are getting stronger. It's a girl, naming her after my grandma, the only sane family member I remember. Thanks, Reddit, for pushing me to fight. Without you, I'd still be in the dark. Update 4. Hey Reddit, it's been 6 months since my last update, and I wanted to close the loop. First off, the baby is here. Little Ava arrived healthy and screaming, the light of my life. Holding her erased so much pain. She's got my eyes and none of Mark's nonsense. The trials? Mark got 5 years for embezzlement plus restitution orders. He's broke, divorced from me obviously, and his company sued him into oblivion. Emily pleaded guilty to lesser charges, got probation and community service. She's in therapy now, but I've kept no contact. Last I heard, she's living in a tiny apartment, working minimum wage. Mom and Dad's divorce is messy, but Dad's moved in with me temporarily to help with Ava. He's making amends, and it's healing. Lisa, caught and charged with accessory to fraud. She flipped on Mark for a lighter sentence. Turns out she was the mastermind behind some of the embezzlement schemes, using her accounting background to cook the books. She's doing 2 years, and her career is toast. My divorce was finalized last month. I got full custody, the house, and a hefty settlement from the recovered funds. No alimony needed. I've got a new job lined up, remote work, so I can be with Ava. Therapy is helping me process the betrayal, and I've even started dating again. Met a kind guy through friends. Nothing serious yet, but it's nice to feel wanted for me, not my money or naivety. The biggest win? Those loan sharks Mark owed? They got wind of his arrest and backed off, realizing there's no blood from a stone. But rumor has it, they're not happy. Mark might have some visitors in prison. Karma, right? To my family, Mom's alone now, regretting her choices. She's tried reaching out, but I'm not ready. Emily sent one last message before I changed my number. I miss you, sis. Please forgive me. Maybe one day, but not today. Dad and I are rebuilding, and Ava's got a grandpa who dotes on her. Reddit, you saved me. Your advice, encouragement, even the tough love, it all mattered. If anyone's in a similar hell, know this. The truth sets you free, even if it hurts like fire at first. I'm proof you can rise from the ashes. Hug your loved ones, the real ones, and stay strong. Update 5, 1 year later. Wow. Can't believe it's been a full year since this nightmare started. Thought update 4 was the end, but life threw one more curveball. A good one, mostly. Wanted to share for closure and to thank you all again. First, Ava's thriving, walking already, babbling up a storm. She's my everything, a constant reminder of resilience. Dad's still around, but he's dating now, a sweet widow from church. They're adorable, and it gives me hope for second chances. The surprise? Emily reached out through Dad a few months ago, not begging, but asking for a meeting. I ignored it at first, but therapy helped me realize holding on to anger was poisoning me. We met at a neutral park, with Dad as buffer. She looked broken, thinner, eyes haunted. No excuses this time. She admitted everything. jealousy of my perfect life, how Mark preyed on her insecurities, and her role in the crimes. Turns out, she was abused by her bio dad, mom's affair guy, as a kid, which mom hid. It doesn't excuse her actions, but it explains some chaos. We cried a lot. I didn't forgive instantly, but we talked. She's clean now, off probation, working as a counselor for at-risk youth, using her mess to help others. We've had coffee a few times, slow steps. Mom, she's in therapy too, finally owning her affair and favoritism. Family dinner last week was awkward, but healing. No one's pretending it's fixed, but we're trying. Mark, out of the picture forever. He wrote from prison, full of regrets. But I burned the letter. His release is years away, and I've got a restraining order ready. On a brighter note, that guy I mentioned, we're official now. His name's Alex, a teacher with a heart of gold. He adores Ava, and for the first time, I feel safe. We're planning a small trip, first vacation as a little family. Life's not perfect, but it's mine. Betrayal shattered me, but I rebuilt stronger. If you're reading this in pain, remember, rock bottom is a solid foundation. Keep fighting. The twists might lead to something beautiful. Thanks eternally, Reddit. Signing off for good. Peace.